Well, since we're still on the topic of DDG, we could talk about how Ruby just went on Logan Paul's podcast. I didn't watch it. I actually wanted to watch it too, so I could actually have more coming into this before speaking on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he filmed it in Puerto Rico, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's headquartered there. Do you know?
From my understanding, they live there.
Oh, okay, so yeah, she was in Puerto Rico and filmed it. And maybe she probably went down there for that, just for that reason. But I didn't watch the whole thing. But I know they talked about like her OnlyFans. Obviously, that's a big topic about her. Like I feel like that's like what rooted her, like not rooted her, but like what pushed her into more fame. It's like her, social media just blew up lately. Cause like we talked about like how we knew Ruby Rose since like 2015.
Yeah,
like
she's been around.
Yeah, like, I remember seeing her on Twitter, and then obviously the Bad and Bougie video. I was like, oh shit, like this Ruby, like like we've known of her. I think you might have told me about her, or I just saw her. Cause that was just that time. Ian Connor,
yeah,
Travis coming up, Cardi coming up. Like it was just that time. So we've been new of her, but definitely like seeing the growth, right? Like it's probably crazy for you because like we literally seen it from the beginning.
Yeah,
and like seeing how she's literally like now.
She's out of here.
Yeah, like she's definitely, I want to say a household name, but a lot of people know of her now, especially like even younger kids. So obviously the topic of OnlyFans came up because that's like something that's like really was big about her. Like she made mad money off of it, and she talked about how like DDG's the one who told her to do it and put her on to OnlyFans. So what that did was now people are mad, right? Because they're like, why does Ruby keep bringing up his name? Because she said my ex put me on, and then she's like DDG. Like she didn't have to say his name. I get it.
Yeah.
But then again, as she's maybe to give him his credit, like I don't think she thought that deeply about it. But then again, like she knows the controversy with what she did with exposing the DMs, and this was after the news came out that the baby. So it was almost like you can't. I don't know if it was any intention to kind of just throw his name out there to, cause like.
That's what we got to do. We got to do our journalism properly because it's like in what context was, because I feel like they would have set up that question or line of questioning
possibly,
but I would have to watch it to confirm, obviously.
Yeah, because if anybody did their research on her, like they would know, okay, he just had a kid, like this is perfect to bring it up, and which they did bring it up after she said his name. Yeah, but they maybe gave her the alley-oop to say his name first, or maybe it was gonna come right, like maybe it was gonna bring it up.
Yeah, we gotta do our due diligence. Sorry, y'all, but
and like I said, like maybe she didn't have to say his name, but maybe she genuinely was just trying to give him his credit, and didn't think much of it, was maybe being airheaded. Or she knew it was gonna get clicks and like views and attention, and all attention is good attention. Plus, too, a lot of people might not even know they dated, right? Because like both her and him have, since they dated, been going up, right? Like he into a new relationship that's giving him more attention, and she's got a lot more attention. I remember when they were dating, both of them didn't even have 1 million followers on Twitter yet. Like I was low key like watching their page because they were dating. I'm like, who's gonna get 1 million first? Because they both were like at like 500K. Mm-hmm. Now I think they're like Ruby's well over 1 million. She might be at 2 million now, which is like crazy. But it was so hard to get 1 million followers on Twitter. Like that was always like a running joke how hard it was.
No.
So I feel like they both have gotten a lot more fame since then, and so I don't think a lot of people know that they dated. So it was almost like she was trying to claim her stake too. Like, oh my god, like people love their relationship. There's so much attention now on their relationship. Like, no, you guys don't know. Like that was my man first, basically, right? Like it could have been one of those, right? Mm-hmm. But then that led to a conversation that brought it to Twitter where people were like, Ruby's talking about DDG told her to make an OnlyFans. And that just goes to show like there's two type of women, and the type of women that get wifey treatment aren't the Rubies of the world. Like DDG would never tell Holly to make an OnlyFans because he thinks highly of her. Like he doesn't think of her that way. He would never, like, he knows that she's respectable. So Ruby should know her place. Like, you should be insulted, blah, blah. But my whole thing is, he made them both his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that one, he just adjusted to her lifestyle and encouraged her to make an OnlyFans, and the other, she's not into that, and he adjusted to that. Like he probably liked them both equally, just as much. Like
Ruby could have been in this situation if they stayed together. So
yeah literally. So I don't get why people are now trying to drag her and make it seem like she should feel a type of way that he encouraged her to make OnlyFans. Like she was literally already making sexually explicit type of content on Instagram for free. Like she was twerking, she was doing all that stuff for free. he was just like, he's a moneymaker. We just talk about how he trolls and does a whole bunch of stuff for money. So he just encouraged, like, he's all about, he just sees money. So he, like, yeah, maybe, like we said, we don't live in that world. Maybe an average man won't encourage the woman to do that, because why? Like, you don't want the whole internet seeing your girl, right? But they live in a different world. And we have degrees, we have jobs, we have stable income. They don't have that. Their income relies on entertaining.
Yes.
And she has, like, you need money.
I'm going to save you before the internet kills you.
What?
Yes, guys, we do know that even if you're in the entertainment industry, there's other ways to make money. We know you don't just have to do
OnlyFans. But he's smart with it, because he was on OnlyFans, and his OnlyFans was teaching people how to make money on YouTube. So he was just using that whole, which what OnlyFans was created for anyway. It wasn't even made to be sexual content, like that people made it into that. But he was just capitalizing off of COVID. He wasn't telling Ruby to go up there and post sex tapes. That's not what she was doing. He was like, you twerking on Instagram, you might as well get people to pay for it. Like, people were paying to see her OnlyFans, and what was on her OnlyFans was literally what's on her Instagram. Yeah. So he was leaning into that and played people. She made millions off of that. And I think that was his girl at the time. Like, why would you not want your girl to be up millions and get to money? And during COVID, when everybody's at home,
and if he
wasn't encouraging her to post her news. Like, I don't think she ever even posted a nude in there. I don't know what she posts, but from what I heard, it's literally just basically the same stuff on Instagram. Like, she be tricking people and making her money.
Right, and if he's already accepting of her being like that on Instagram, then he
pursued her of her looking like that.
Right, so he was perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, so I don't know why people act like that. He doesn't like and respect both Holly and Ruby equally. Like, I think they're two different type of women, but he likes both types.
It's just a goalpost kind of thing, right? Because it's like, on one, and this is where women are super interesting, because it's like, on one hand, you have so many supporters, and this is not to pick on anybody. So for anybody that's new around here, if I give an example, it's not to pick on anybody specifically, but it's just an example of people's idiocy and hypocrisy. So I'm not picking on Meg Thee Stallion for any type of content that she posts, but you see people will support Meg, which is perfectly fine, right? Like, I have no comments. I literally have no beef with her at all.
And Ari.
Right. Or like whoever, right? I could name a million different people that post similar kind of content.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just funny how on one hand, people will support people that do it when it's just the person they like, but the second that it's somebody that they don't like for whatever reason, their goalpost will move all over. The goalpost does gymnastics to try to fit somebody's narrative that they want. So Meg is perfectly fine. We love her. Great, because you see with like, and we're not going to get into that topic, but like with the partisan breakup, right? Like, beforehand, everybody loved him.
Yeah.
Then things go downhill. Now it's he's 40 and he's this, he's that, and he broke, and it's like all right. So I feel like this is kind of another one of those instances, right, where like people will like somebody, then the second that
they like something better.
Something better, or any criteria changes at all, now they're going to slander the person that they were just gassing up in the comments. And I've seen it too many times.
Yeah, because people love Holly, right? Because she just embodies this like innocence that people like, sweet. But first of all, you don't know her. Like, that could all be a ploy.
Bro, y'all like, don't know these people.
Because something that Ruby even brought up, like when that whole beef was happening, like after she posted the screenshots, because they were following each other on Instagram. Like I always thought that was kind of weird. I'm like, oh, like, that's just that world, and like, but just dating each other's like exes and stuff. It always just seemed weird. But like, they obviously unfollowed each other after she exposed the DMs and all the beef happened. But I remember when that was happening, one of Ruby's friends was like, Holly literally was in Ruby's close friends. And Ruby would post stuff in the close friends when she was dating DDG. Like, there was, those, I don't want to put stuff out there, but there was allegations. I remember there was a hacker, Ruby had a hacker, and they leaked like DMs of when Ruby and DDG were DMing each other. I guess she blocked him. So they were communicating via DMs, Twitter DMs. And there was like pictures of like, like it looked like bruises and stuff. Like, she was saying like, oh, you hit me. Like, it was like, there's allegations out there that there was physical stuff happening.
This is all alleged.
Allegedly.
This is not Tasha K.
Allegedly. Yeah.
This is all
it's allegedly. But I'm just saying because this is real stuff. Like, there was hackers that posted screenshots. They both denied it, but my opinion is I think there was some physical stuff. I don't think he was beating on her, but I do think couples sometimes do put their hands to each other sometimes, right? Like grabbing, like, like Yeah, you shouldn't. But I'm not talking about like punches. I'm talking about like we used to do when
touch some Margiela again.
No, I'm saying like in our early childhood days, we used to grab each other.
We used to beat each other up, right?
No, but we left like maybe like not you left anything on me, but I've definitely left like red marks from grabbing you or.
You know, I was about to make a joke, but people used to be too sensitive. So I'm gonna make it.
No, but people definitely do that. And sometimes, like, women do kind of be like, you hit me, when it's literally was like, maybe he grabbed your arm, right, and left a little bruise. So it could have been a situation like that. But regardless, she was posting on her close friends, like, all the stuff that she was going through, like, with him cheating on her, him, like, making her block people in the industry that she was trying to make music with because he was, like, insecure. And, like, she, you know, there could have been a lot more stuff that we would never know that was posting out in that close friends. And Holly was watching all that. And now you dating that man. Sorry, I was just really started wilding.
You think that's why she didn't reply to me?
No.
You think DDG put the block on me?
Maybe. Like, why get a girl that's desirable and then be insecure? Like, I don't understand men sometimes, but yeah, Holly. I feel like Holly is like, you know, that to me says a lot about a woman. Like, you sat there, like, it was almost like the friend that would listen, or the girl that would listen to all your stuff, but then like still, like, try to get with the guy, right? That like you're complaining about, or like crying about an ex, like, you know, the Euphoria situation. That was like Maddie being literally abused and tortured by her ex, and then her best friend dating her ex. Like, that's, like, I feel like that's weird of Holly to do that. Like, you're in the close friend, you're watching, you're seeing this stuff. Like, first of all, like, you're in a close friend, so she considered you a friend in a way, and now you're dating her ex. Like, I don't know. I feel like we don't know as much about Holly as people think they do because we don't know her. But she kind of shows signs of, like, she seems like a weird woman, weird male-centered woman, in my opinion. Like, she doesn't necessarily come across like that, but I see signs. You know, the signs are there. And I think people just love her so much that now they're ready to bash Ruby. And like you said, they love her, and those same people probably love Meg Thee Stallion. But now you're bashing Ruby for doing the same thing as Meg Thee Stallion, except Ruby's profiting off it more than Meg is probably. Meg is profiting off of it, like, in a way, too, because obviously it helps sell her music. But Ruby's profiting off of it on OnlyFans. And DDG gave her the idea to do it. And she just gave him the credit. And now, you know, men are trying to bash her. Like, women gotta understand, that man never respected her. Like,
you said what? Men are trying to
Men are saying that, too. Like, Ruby gotta understand, like, because they're trying to, you know, there's the men that's trying to cape for the fact that they can't get women that they really want. So they gotta say, oh, she got wifey material, because those are just men that are mad that they couldn't get the woman that they want. So now she's a hoe, she's this, she's that.
Bro, you know what the thing is? You know what kills me about this kind of stuff? And this is where neutrality, it's not even neutrality, it's just common sense, right? And I'm always on the side of common sense. Men gotta stop with that, like, that women bashing stuff when it's so hypocritical, because it's like, you are bashing a woman for being whatever way on the internet, right? And then you jerk off to those same type of women. Yeah. Looking for the leak sites. Yeah. So it's like, why is it on one, or like you're in the comments gassing up another woman, like, or liking a story, or like,
they literally, it was like the same way we were talking about, like, the woman bashing Jonathan Owens, one of Jonathan Owens. A lot of those men would cry if we DM'd them. Right.
So it's just confusing, because it's like, and this is, of course, does not apply to everybody. Of course, I'm sure there's some wholesome men out there that just are so principled and, you know, cool, whatever. But I know for a fact that's not most men, right? Because I could go, like, honestly, hold up. If I go find a comment right now, and I will literally call out the @ name, hopefully I can find somebody. If I go to a comment and there's like a negative comment, I guarantee you, if you go look at the following of that person, you can see exactly what I mean by that, right? Because it's like, on one hand, you're bashing somebody's behavior for something that they're doing, but at the same time endorsing it. It's what we were just talking about, like, like earlier, like five minutes ago. Yeah. It's like the same thing. Like, men gotta stop doing that shit, because it's like, just because women do similar things too. It's just because something doesn't fit your, like, narrative or ideas, it's almost like
your experiences that you went through.
Yeah, it's like, oh God, like, that doesn't now make, it's just annoying. Like, that kind of stuff, like, really blows mine, because it's like,
because they're just trying to play this whole, let me put you women onto game. That man never respected her. I'm like, what? Yeah, what? He didn't respect her, but he got her millions. Millions? Like, what? 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 Like, she was doing what she was already doing. What she was doing attracted him also, to her. Like, he publicly claimed her. Like, a lot of these men who really are embarrassed won't publicly claim her. He publicly claimed her all over his YouTube. He wanted people to know that was his girl.
Right. And also, like I said, people, you don't know these people, right? So how you can't jump off the roof and say that you're speaking for another man now.
And then you know what I hate too? They try to act like Holly would never post no picture like that. Go to Holly's Instagram right now and go look at like her like second row picture when they was on their baby moon to Bora Bora. Let's go check it out. They're like Holly never shows her body. Like look how she presents stuff on Instagram. Look how she's always usually covered up. Go to her Instagram right now and see her picture of her in a blue bikini.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, the cover picture is literally her butt. Like, she used to be in, because I followed both of them, right? So I would see her name, and she used to be in Ruby's likes all the time, liking all that content, because she probably did admire it, and who wouldn't want to admire something like? Because I think Holly was trying to get her butt bigger and stuff like that. So like, you probably do admire Ruby, right? Like, and I like to dive deep. She could have really admired her to the point where like she maybe does feel like cool that she's dating her ex, because he's like, damn, like her body's fire, she's a fire woman, and now I hop him like. Cause I just know how women are, And I do, yeah.
We're not talking about her, but yeah, we've definitely seen.
Holly might have been one of those girls who really admired Ruby, like wishes maybe she looked like her a little bit, like, cause she was in her likes deep. So that's why it's just funny to me, like she was liking pictures of them when they were together, and now you're with him. Like for me, Holly gives me weird vibes. I don't know her not to judge it, but I just know how like the traits and not a pick me type woman, and that's what she gives me. Like maybe she was inspired or admired Ruby. Maybe not wanting to be her, but like wanting to be like her, and feels cool now that she's with DDG. Now she's like posting butt pictures and stuff. Like, so that's why I'm like not sure why people are trying to act like they're so different. Like, they really might not be different. Holly might just not got her like that. She might not know how to twerk, so she's not gonna post a picture. Like, she's not gonna post a video like Ruby. So maybe she. And not that she's not that type of girl. She's just not gonna do it. And yeah, she has other stuff going for her, right? She has the Disney stuff. She has the Beyonce stuff. But look, Chloe was doing it. Chloe decided not to go to Beyonce round. She was doing the twerking on Instagram, and they killed her for it.
Right.
Yeah, like her own sister's doing it. And now you're trying to kill Ruby for it. Like, when Holly could be just like her, she just not posting it.
Break that down for me though, because I know people do kill people like Meg Thee Stallion for doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But she gets overwhelming support, right?
Yeah.
So why does she get overwhelming support when she, like, I know in this instance, I know your answer is gonna be like, oh, it's because they started out with blah, 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 and now it seems like they're trying to like convert to something else.
Yeah.
But still, at the root of it, if this is what this person does. And this is what this person does. What's the difference? It's
because I think with Chloe, people felt like it was forced. And it did kind of low-key give me forced vibes. Like, it didn't feel natural. So I think that's what it is. Like like we talked about this, I think, before on the podcast about sex appeal.
Yeah,
we definitely talked about this. And not everybody has it. Like, you could, Chloe has a nice body, but I don't think she has sex appeal. Like, nothing about her. Like, I'm not a man. But I'm like, I know, like, it's not, like, I don't know. It doesn't give me, like, damn, like, she got sex appeal. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get that. I don't know. A lot of guys agree. Did you see that video where she was being like mad weird?
Oh God.
I gotta find it. Do you remember that one video of her like being very overly sexual? Like on the mic, like she was like in her room or something.
Yeah, wasn't that the one that like went crazy? Because I feel like we talked about this when it happened.
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, I feel like I recall that one.
So I think that's why like somebody like a Meg is so effortless.
Because that's like her real vibe.
And that's how she's always been.
Yeah.
And it's just effortless. Like you could tell, like it's just like she has sex appeal, but I don't think Chloe Bailey.
Yeah.
So people just kill it because it's like it's just awkward. Like she's just awkward. I think it was that. Like it's just awkward.
Now, the thing about this, though...
She could have been trolling, too.
She could have been trolling, but how do we know that's not her?
What do you mean?
Like, how do we know that's not really how she is?
It might be how she is, but you could just tell it just seems forced. Like, it's just not natural. Like, I feel like if someone really is like that, it just comes across effortlessly. Like, something about it just seems forced. You know what I mean? Like, you're sucking it alive. It just seems forced. Like I don't know. Like, some people have it, some people don't. Like, you know what I mean?
This is going to sound so gossipy of me. and so feminine. And I promise I'm not like this, y'all. I swear to God. When we were trying to find topics for this podcast, I just happened to come across it. But she was just seen leaving with Tyga after a dinner.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
So she might be like that, but maybe it's just not like.
She might be like that, but like it just doesn't seem natural. That's all. Like
yeah, I feel you.
Like you could be a sexual woman, but it could just be effortless. You know what I mean? Like, could you know when something feels awkward and performative? Like like you feel it. You're like, oh, this feels awkward. Yeah. Compared to you're just being yourself.
Yeah. But anyway, like on the topic of the OnlyFans thing, like, for people that are saying that he just straight up didn't respect her.
Yeah. And that Holly's getting wifey treatment, apparently.
You definitely can't speak in matter of fact.
Mama at 24.
I'm not going to go ahead and say that. That was Mal on the A Couple of Things podcast that said that, not me.
How old is Holly Bailey?
But for me, I definitely don't like speaking in matter of facts. So, and again, nobody knows these people. So you don't know who's respecting who. Not going to put this on her or put this out here.
She's 23, by the way.
And I'm not going to put this on anybody, but you don't know what goes on in their household, right? Just like you said, like allegedly there might have been some DV going on.
Yeah.
Would you have just naturally just assumed that was going on with Rubi and DDG? No, you wouldn't. Like, you really don't know what goes on.
I wouldn't, but low-key would have, because they were very toxic. When they dated, they were very toxic.
Oh, like, but sure, but even still, you can't.
Fighting every day.
But you wouldn't know, right? Like, if that never leaked, then you would never know at the end of the day. Like,
that's true.
Like, people can't speak in matter of facts.
That's true.
Like, you can't just like straight up push it on people. Like, oh, he definitely doesn't respect her.
Yeah.
Even if
without facts.
Without facts. Like, you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
You really don't. People be emotionally manipulative too. Like, you don't know what he's doing. And I hate to use those kind of examples because I'm not putting this on him by any stretch of the imagination. You don't know what anybody's doing.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I wouldn't just jump to assume just because he might have encouraged her to get a bag doing the same thing that she's already doing that he just automatically doesn't respect her.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
If anything, like, he doesn't respect Holly. He like you're in Ruby's DMs when you guys get in a fight.
That's wifey treatment though.
Yeah, that's wifey treatment according to people. That's wifey treatment. Hey, impregnating a woman and not giving her a ring is wifey treatment. Oh, wifey treatment is not being a wife.
Apparently.
According to Twitter.
Well, it is.
If anything, Ruby's single, no kids. Holly is baby mama at 23. Who won?
2024 math.
Not hating on their relationship. Like, they very well might get married and might have successful marriage and successful relationship. And I hope that for them.
And they look beautiful together.
Saying, yeah, like, and I'm not wishing that bad on her. I'm just saying, like, I'm more so talking to people trying to break down Ruby and big up Holly. And it's just weird because Holly's not in any better of a situation. Like, you're in a relationship that started kind of messy in the beginning with the man that literally was DMing a girl who he dated. And then you got pregnant 2 months later because you're a pick-me, in my opinion. And seek male validation. So your solution was, I'm gonna get pregnant by this man, so I could win. And you won. Okay, I don't want this to be I'm bashing on Holly. Come on, but
well, that's like, all you've been doing for the past like 20 minutes.
Because I just feel like
it's okay. We can. I'll save you. We can just wrap.
Like I said, I don't know her personally, but a lot of her characteristics that I am picking up on. I'm very intuitive, and she does just give me. Something's quite not right with her. Like, I just feel like a lot of women do desire love and male validation. Because who doesn't? Like, who?
Well, what else specifically has she done that makes you feel that way?
Well, just this situation, really. Because realistically, we haven't seen her in any relationship before this. Like, so a lot of people are saying this is probably her first real relationship. And I'm speaking from my own experience. You're my first real relationship, and I've done a lot of stupid, weird stuff in the beginning where you could put you on a pedestal and was so just into you, but I never did that at the expense of another woman though. And I just feel like she's that, like, you're in the girl's close friends, you liking the pictures, and now you dating him. I don't know. I just feel like this is her first real relationship, and like, she's really feeling herself like he was with Ruby, so I must be on Ruby's level. Like, that's what it gives me, and I don't know, man. Like, he dated Kennedy. Like, he had like really good looking exes, and it's like, I just feel like she just gives me like she's all hyped that she's wanting him now. Like, she feels like she's like really like that girl, and she is. Like, I'm not taking away from that, but I just feel like I just could tell the traits, you know.
That's the Little Mermaid, though.
Yeah. Anyway, look, what is that?
I'm just joking. But
doesn't it look creepy?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. I don't want people to come kill me on this.
Yo, it's too late now.
If this gets any
views.
No,
it definitely will. When this one goes up.
I'm just saying, I don't know her. I'm just saying that based on my experience with women, like I've had women friends. I'm a woman myself. I have sisters. You know the traits of a woman that is just kind of shysty and kind of pick me-ish. Like people love to say pick me. Like she gives me pick me vibes. That's just my opinion. But no hate, that's just not somebody that I like to be around. But I don't know her, so I just using deductive reasoning to just make a conclusion on what I think. But I don't know for sure, so. But what I do know is that they both were girlfriends of him, and he cheated on Ruby, and Ruby left the situation. And he might have cheated on Holly, and he kind of emotionally cheated and tried to hook up with Ruby, and now you have a baby by him. So I don't know whose situation I'd rather be in more. I think Ruby's, but that's just me. That's just me.
Fair enough.
And I hope Ruby gets married and has her kids one day.
You're grown. Don't hope for that. You're grown.
I do. I hope for everybody to have that experience of true love and creating a family.